What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing an ambi safety on an AR-15 lower platform. All the tools you will need is a long shafted Allen wrench or a long screwdriver. That's to take off your pistol grip. We have to remove that to get to the safety. Vice block is not mandatory, but the way that I do it, it makes it a lot easier because it holds the gun, lets you move it around a little bit. Magnet, obviously you'll need your ambi safety and whatever tool you need for assembling that. It usually comes with it. If it doesn't, you'll need to get a small Allen wrench for that. Something to keep in mind whenever you're removing this is your safety has a detent spring and detent, and it is on the right side of your gun here. So easy way to remember that is if you've got the single safety, the flip down on the left side, the spring and detent are housed inside your pistol grip here. This is what keeps those pieces on. So you want to make sure not to lose those. I'll show you an easy way to keep from doing that here in just a second. So I'm going to get the vice block in here, get this chucked up in the vise, and we'll get going. Got the vice block in. What I'm going to do is put this in a vise upside down at my angle. And basically I want my pistol grip to be as vertical as possible off the table. What that's going to allow is whenever I take that screw out that holds this on, it's going to make sure that the detent stays down in place, and then I'll be able to pull it out with the magnet here in just a second. Okay, we're chucked up in the vise at an angle with the pistol grip pointed up. Now we're going to take the grip off. Okay, I've got the screw loosened for the grip, so I'm just going to pull it up, and you can see that little spring right there. That one stayed in pretty good. Move it over here in front of the camera. I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to set it in my magnetic tray. Set the grip off to the side. Now the detent is still retained. There's a little hole right here. The detent is down in that little hole. So I'm going to take my magnet, and if it doesn't pull it out, that's okay. You can pull it out of the vise and dump it. That detent is still retained in here. So all I want to do is I'm going to set the magnet on it, flip it over, and if it doesn't pop out, you can kind of actuate that safety. There we go. Drops right out. We're going to set it in this pan, and now that leaves us free to remove the safety. Now we just put the other one in. Okay, safety's taken apart. We're going to take the new safety and slide it in here. And if it doesn't go in all the way, one of the things you want to make sure is that your hammer is locked back. If your hammer is released, the back of your trigger plate is going to be sitting up and it's going to be in the way. So you're just going to slide that in until it sits in. Now we're going to flip it over and attach the other side of the trigger. If you want to, a lot of these will come with Loctite already on them. You can put Loctite if you want, but you want to make sure that it is the removable Loctiter. I know this is a red bottle, but it says blue right there. This is the blue removable. You can put a little bit of that on. I usually don't, because they come with it on there most of the time. I haven't had any problems with it, so I usually err on the side of caution, do it without. If I notice my safety getting loose, I can always add it back to it later. You do what you want. So I'm going to push this piece in, make sure it's all the way, slide the right side on, and tighten her down. Make sure it's good and snug. And now you'll see this safety is loose. It doesn't have that positive traction. That's because we took out the detent and the spring. So to put it back together, all we're going to do, take the detent, drop it back in. It'll sit there. Then we're going to take our grip, slide the spring down in the grip, slide it on, and you can do this in the vise if you want to. I'm just leaving it here for the camera, and then push it in together like that. We'll put it back in the vise, tighten it down, we'll be ready to go. Whenever you go to put your grip back in, you want to make sure that your Allen or your screwdriver is running as straight as possible, because it's a steel screw going in an aluminum receiver, and it's easy to strip. So if you're catching a lot of resistance, it should go in really easy. If you're catching a lot of resistance, you need to back off and realign that screw. Twist it till it's snug. You can always move your grip, make sure there's no wobble in it. It's pretty good. Now we'll check it. Safety latch is installed. See, we got it on both sides there. Now we just want to check it. So first thing you want to do, set your finger on the hammer so you're not slamming it into your receiver if it goes. Put it on the safe position, pull the trigger. Nothing should happen. Flip it to fire, pull the trigger. It should drop, reset. Drop, make sure it's not catching, put it back on safe, check it again, and you're good to go. That's it. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll put any of the parts that I use that are on Amazon in the link. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll get some more videos coming your way.